Hi everyone. I hope everybody is doing really well. Anyway, I thought I had mentioned in my previous videos that if you're gonna start getting into orchids, the best way to start would be wood phalaenopsis, because they are one of the easiest, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, everybody has their own opinion, and this is just kind of mine. And they're accessible almost everywhere you go. You can go to, I don't know, grocery stores and you'll find them. A little expensive, but you can also find them at farmers market, or actually you can also go to nurseries, flower shops. If you go to them and ask them what they do with most of the time they sell phalaenopsis, because they are extremely beautiful. A lot of time, and that's when I got started on mine, was I would go to a flower shop and I would ask, what they do with the leftover orchids, and half the time they'll sell them for like $5 when they had blooms, and they'd be like 50, 60. And they do have their flower stem left behind, and that one right there is a new one. That one was a leftover. I didn't cut it, but as you can see, it rebloomed, and and that's the fastest way to do it. I've always, whenever I buy new phalaenopsis, when I was starting out, I would cut the stem, and when I was starting, I wanted to rebloom it for me, not because it was already there. I want to be the one to kind of take care of it and make sure that it blooms based on how I took care of it. And also I wanted for the orchids to spend a lot of its time working on the energy on its leaves and things like that, and hopefully if I take care of enough, that it will have a spike that I help create or help to grow. But the one thing that I do love about phalaenopsis, they're very giving. I've found throughout the years, if you are planning on becoming an orchid grower, because it is wonderful to have, it's a great hobby to have, but it is a bit expensive. So I think if you dive in, because I dove in, it's kind of like, here it is, I'm just diving in. And I dove pretty hard. If I was to start all over again, I would start with phalaenopsis and get the feel of the growing of an orchid. And to me, orchids are kind of like your children. I mean, they do become your children. And they like schedule. So as long as you keep to that schedule, they will reward you. And I mean schedule, like, make sure they get the right amount of sun, whether you put it in a bright windowsill, with the direct light, and you water it consistently. Let's say if you do it on a Tuesday, if you're doing it every Tuesday, and then maybe if you feed it every other week on a given day, once they see that schedule, once you establish that schedule with your orchid, it will reward you. That is one thing that I have found throughout the years that I've been growing. Consistency, they will definitely reward you. Like this little guy. I've had this little guy, as you can see, he's overflowing. I've had him forever, and I've replanted him at least twice now, and she's due for another one. But look at her. And I just love her, because I'm consistent in that way, that they, in the winter I don't really give them any nutrients. I wait till spring, which is right now, I guess. So I'll wait until she's done blooming, and then I'll start with the schedule of when to, the water. And I kind of, during the winter time with my orchids, I don't water them every week. It becomes like a 2 weeks, because they don't dry as quickly as they would during the hotter months. But like I said, if you're consistent, they'll be consistent as well. Like this little beauty right here, she is consistent. So I knew she was coming around this time. And I have a few that are in the same schedule. I think like 3 or 4 of them are spiking right now, and I should see a bloom within a month or 2. The other thing that I wanted to, every time I have a video, I like to kind of include little things that I do on the side, my other hobby per se. I wanted to show you guys that the other things that I do, aside from the orchid, my little hobby, I crochet, self-taught. I went to a class for knitting. I went with that with my mother-in-law a few years ago. And I was doing that for a while, but then I go, I was taking Bart to work, and I go, those 2 giant needles wasn't really like fun to have. So I go, let me learn how to crochet. So I learned how to crochet, YouTube. But here's one of the ones that I did over the, over the winter time. I know it's kind of wonky, but just a little for your lap, if you get, but I do these all kinds of stuff. And I'm also doing cardigans, and I'll show that on the next video. But it's fun, while I'm waiting for my beautiful blooms to show. That's the only way, sorry about that, but that's the only way I can show her, because it's white on white. Anyway, tell me about your other hobbies. I'm sure everybody has tons. I have a few. I'm working through my yarn, and I don't even want to show you because I'm embarrassed to show you, but I am going through them and making like these things, to give to families. It's on a cold winter, you just want something on your lap. I mean, it just goes right into the washer, and they're good enough. So while I wait for my little orchids to bloom, it's beautiful. And like I said, that's another spike on a spike. So there you go. So anyway, tell me what other things that you like. Show me what you got, what you're working on. I'm always doing something. I hope that you guys can tell me what else do you guys do. Share a picture if you can. That'll be kind of nice. Anyway, that's all I have. I hope you guys have a great day. An awesome one. And I wish you all the sunshine. All right. Take care. See you guys in your next video. Bye.